Hello.
We're live.
Hi.
We're live.
Hello.
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 Okay.
Okay.
Tweet.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So welcome to the first BookTubeHeroes live show. Should we introduce ourselves? I'm Scott from Scott Reads.
Sure. I'm Maureen from Maureen TV.
I'm Molly from Stacks of Books.
I'm Melody from Melody Reads, or Melody on Twitter.
And I'm Max from Well Done Books.
Okay. Cool. So in this live show, we're going to be talking about all the superhero TV stuff and movies that we have seen in the past few months, and all the news and new stuff that's going to be coming out in the fall or / autumn. And yeah, to join in the discussion, unfortunately, we couldn't get the Q&A app to work, so you're going to have to tweet us at BookTubeHeroes or use the hashtag BookTubeHeroes on Twitter, or yeah, comment down in the YouTube video, and we'll do it from there. So yeah, anything else?
I think that's it. I think we're going to start talking about Ant-Man, correct?
Yes. Another thing is, like, don't post any spoilers in the comments. We don't want any of our viewers to get spoiled if they haven't seen a movie or a TV show.
Yep. And
Or
if
us.
you
We don't want to get spoiled.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about the spoilers, then we'll tell people specifically beforehand, so you can mute it, and then we'll also be tweeting out to say when we're not going to be talking about the spoilers anymore, so then you can come back in at any point, because a lot of us haven't all seen the same things, so if you want to talk about something, then we need to know what we're doing with that, so basically. So yeah.
So tweet us questions, yo.
And follow, what is it, at BookTubeHeroes? Follow that to stay up to date on what's happening.
Or you can follow us on our personal channels. Mine's at Scott Reads.
Oh.
And Maureen TV. I feel like all of our
Yeah, they're all.
things,
You can
except
find them
for
through
Molly.
the BookTubeHeroes.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh. Ant-Man.
We have 2 people watching. 3.
Yay!
Okay. It's alive.
5.
So yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Ant-Man?
I loved it. I thought it
Me
was
too.
funny. Yeah.
That was hilarious.
I thought it was so well done for, like, a new franchise in the Marvel universe, you know? Like, they've been making sequels and Avengers and stuff, so when they made this new one, I was so excited about it.
I thought it was going to be
does-
really cheesy, like him shrinking down to like the size of an ant. But it looked way cooler, like especially the introduction when he first gets shrunk down and he's like in the bathtub, and like that whole sequence of events was like a super good intro to like his power, and also just like kind of funny, like kind of dry humor in a way. Like it was funny for some reason, but you couldn't pinpoint like what was funny about it.
Yeah.
I really
like-
liked the part where he was in, like, the dance room and people were, like, trying to, or, like, he was trying to not get stepped on. That was hilarious for
It was
me.
like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but like
Yeah.
in 2015.
I think that was like one of the things which was probably like Edgar Wright type thing, where it was just like funny just because the way it was written to be like sort of just really quick and on the ball, and it was just really like, and it was like in the bathtub, it was like an alien world. It was really just really cool.
You guys want to know a fun fact? The director actually directed the short that's in Universal Studios for Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Right.
Ah,
Ah.
that makes sense. It felt very much like that.
Yeah.
Like especially when he was out in the like garden, kind of training and stuff. That whole thing reminded me of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie, so I have no idea.
Oh my gosh, that's like my childhood.
Mine too.
I think I missed it. A little bit too young.
I also
Yeah,
love this whole Thomas the Train thing. Like all the sequences in that like scene were so funny.
And timed so well. Like, they hit the spots that were like...
Yeah, the whole movie, everything was delivered like really good timing.
Which is really surprising for me, because I found out after I saw it that there were like 2 directors, or like a director came on really late in the filming or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Edgar Wright, the guy who directed like Scott Pilgrim and Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead, was working on it for like basically like the better half of the decade, and then like 6 weeks before production, like him and a lot of the production team dropped out because of creative differences. So then they like completely rewrote the movie, rewrote everything, and like started filming 6 weeks later. So like
Wow.
like it's really impressive considering how little time they had to actually make this movie. You know, they just went off this guideline and then like managed to make a really good movie out of it, which is why I was kind of quite shocked at how good it was, because like everyone was saying it was going to be a disaster, and it wasn't just because it was about a guy who shrinks.
Mhm.
Okay. Anyone
Yeah.
else?
Well, I like that it just focuses on like a certain like thing instead of like a major like event kind of thing. Like Iron Man, it's focused like several different problems, and all the other Marvel movies are the same.
Yeah, it was a really good origin story too.
Yeah.
Like, it's set up. I feel like I'm more excited now for him to be introduced to like other films, and also that that extra scene with
Is
with
this
the
spoilers?
wasp.
Spoilers, right?
Well, we've been talking about
Yeah.
it the whole time.
Yeah, but the post-credit scenes is different,
Spoilers.
right?
The post-credit scene is
I
spoilers?
think kind of.
I mean, isn't talking about the whole movie kind of a spoiler?
Yeah.
Like, if you haven't seen it by now, like, we just talked about a lot of different things.
Yeah.
But I guess, yeah,
Hopefully-
we could say, if you haven't, for some reason, seen the movie, then sorry.
Go watch it.
Yeah, go watch it. It's really good. It's really
Yeah.
worth seeing.
But
It
yeah,
is.
post-credit scene.
Also,
I was just gonna say.
oh,
I was gonna say it reminded me, like, I think about it now as you guys are saying stuff. It reminded me of the first Iron Man movie, which is what kind of kicked everything off for Marvel. What made everything move forward for Marvel, because that was so popular, and it was like, oh, okay, so now we can actually like do all this, and people are gonna pay attention. And that's what this kind of reminded me of, like the quality and the humor, and like how like people were excited, but they were also skeptical. But then it turned out really great.
yeah.
One part I liked in the movie was like the shade thrown at the Stark family.
Yeah.
So much shade.
There was like a few good like cameos in that too.
hmm
I really liked the very beginning because I was like such a fan of Agent Carter.
Yeah, and
That's
the
all-
aging
that's all I'll
was
say.
done so well. The
Yeah.
whole CGI of the faces was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought
I
it
will
was good.
say that she didn't look old enough,
True.
like, to be
Yeah.
like in where she was, but it worked. It worked. Like,
Yeah.
how much of it is really that believable? So
And like, how did they make him look so young? Like that's some witchcraft or something. 'Cause he,
that was yeah.
yeah.
That was,
That was
so
weird.
good. But it worked so well though. Like
hmm
Oh yeah.
I mean, they made Chris Evans like super skinny for Captain America, like the first one, but
Yeah. I think
That
they like
was-
photoshopped his head onto a skinny guy.
yeah. They,
for Captain America.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like the
Yeah.
whole
No,
thing. They just.
No, they
had,
they
a
like
body double.
no, I thought that they actually like in post they like CGI'd his body down to. That's what I saw on like behind the scenes thing.
I don't
Imagine having to CGI someone's head onto another person's body for like half of a movie. That'd be insane.
Just the one guy sat there day after day, just constantly copy and pasting Chris Evans' head onto a different person's body.
That was impressive. Anyway, that's not about Ant-Man. Sorry for the tangent. We're just so enthusiastic.
Okay, post-credit scene.
Well, the
I only
first
saw
one,
one of them.
the first one with
The
what's
Wasp.
her name? The Wasp. Yeah, that was really cool. I was so excited about that
Yeah,
because
they
it's
need
like
a
the
female.
first
Yeah.
female superhero. You know, like there is Black Widow, and she's like a hero, but she's not super. If that makes sense. I mean, she's super, but like I don't know.
Yeah, she's kind of just like tough, but she's
Yeah.
great.
know.
But still no Black Widow movie, so.
Salty. Everyone's salty.
But okay, so I didn't know there were two post-credit scenes.
You left?
So I did it. So I saw the first one, but then the next roll of credits came on, and I thought, oh, there's usually only one, and I didn't know about the second one going in, so I didn't see it, but I know what happens.
It was really quick.
Yeah, and apparently it's actually a scene from the next
Captain America.
Captain America movie.
Civil War.
It's like directly taken from the movie.
Yeah, that's new, so that's cool.
Up for Civil War more than Avengers 2 did. Like the 30 seconds set up way more for that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. Like, and the way they put Falcon into like that scene, like I thought it was going to be really clumsy, and it kind of worked. Like, it worked pretty well. I
I
think.
thought that scene was hilarious. I just couldn't start laughing. Like, he just popped out of nowhere, and then they're just fighting. He's like, I don't want to fight you.
Are we talking about the part on top of the Avengers?
Avengers
Yeah.
quarters.
Quarters. I liked that whole scene.
Oh, that was
like,
cool, yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't a warehouse anymore. I don't know.
It was funny, too, when he, like, shrinks down and fights people.
Yeah.
'Cause it just looks like they're getting attacked by, like, nobody.
Yeah.
And so he'll probably pop up in... What will he pop up in next?
Civil War.
Civil War.
Cool.
And like we don't know after that. They haven't been confirmed for an Ant-Man 2. Like it was all going off how good this movie is going to be.
Yeah.
And Marvel's pretty fully booked up to like 2020, so I don't know how they're going to do a second one.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully they'll do it before 2020.
yeah.
Yeah.
They are crazily booked, though. That's
That's
insane.
insane.
Unless they just like went to Netflix, which would be awesome.
What if
That
they made
would
a mini series with Ant-Man or something?
Yeah. That's what I think they should do. I think they should just like instead of making loads of movies, they should just do like short miniseries. So like you could have a Black Widow miniseries, like 5 episodes, and it could be
Yeah.
really good. And just like make sure the right people are on it. They wouldn't need a high budget, but you know, and they could do it with Ant-Man. And it saves them from like taking Spider-Man from having a movie or whatever. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Any other thoughts on Ant-Man? Or
It was just good. It's in my faves, I think. It's in my top
yeah, I
5.
want to
Yeah.
see it again.
Me too.
I want to see it again too.
Okay, so in like a fairly relevant thing, so someone just asked in the comments who wants to see a Black Widow featuring Hawkeye movie as well as a new Hulk movie featuring Mark Ruffalo.
Yes to Black Widow. I don't really care about a new Hulk movie personally.
I kind of want Hulk to like go into outer space, like because that happens in the
Yeah,
comics.
that happens
Yeah.
in the comics.
So I want him to like meet up with the Guardians of the Galaxy, kind of.
Oh, that would be
Does
cool.
meet up with the Guardians in some issues. Probably, I may be mistaken because I don't know a lot of background story in the comics, but yeah, they look fun.
Yeah. Is the next Guardians next summer or the summer after that?
The summer after.
Summer after that.
Ugh.
So far
No,
away.
summer after that, right?
Yeah, it's because they weren't
27th.
planning. They weren't planning a sequel.
Yeah,
The movie
17.
did so well, that's why they got a green light to go to a sequel.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, but I think is it Spider-Man after Civil War and then Guardians of the Galaxy after that, or I don't know. It's
Galaxy
so
is
confusing now.
2017.
Are they getting a? Wait, are we getting a solo Spider-Man movie?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
2017, I think, too.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 2017.
It's not a trilogy, is it? It's just a solo movie.
Most likely, if it does well, they'll probably try to milk it and go with 3.
It's going to be
Yeah.
a trilogy.
I would have
What's
been
up?
so okay with them keeping Andrew Garfield. I know he's like old, but I loved him as Spider-Man. I loved him so much.
But is this a Spider-Man that will tie into the MCU?
Yep. Yeah.
Then
the deal.
I'm okay with it for that, but if they're just gonna do like another like mediocre, like
It's not going to be
new
an
Spider-Man.
origin story, right? Because
I hope not.
I'm not.
It's not gonna be an origin story.
They've got enough origin stories.
It's going to be like because Peter Parker's going to appear in Civil War like next March because he played such an important role in like the comic books, and so that's going to be his first appearance, and then there's going to be the movie straight afterwards where, but in Civil War he's already going to be Spider-Man, so we're not going to see like Uncle Ben getting shot or anything. But
Oh goodness.
in the 2017 movie, it's just going to be him in high school, like dealing with his problems and stuff. And they say they don't want to have it be like a like post-apocalyptic New York City is getting destroyed type thing. It's just going to be like a proper Spider-Man story, where it's more like about Peter Parker and Spider-Man as like a group than like someone's trying to kill everyone. So yeah, it looks like I'm really really looking forward to it.
Yeah, because I heard Marvel doesn't really want to do any more like actual origin stories. They actually just want to start where like the superhero already has their abilities and go on. But most likely they just want to go on from there.
Yeah, if it's like already one that, if it's like a reboot, it annoys me when they do like another origin story. But like with Ant-Man, I really liked that you got it because he's kind of more of an obscure, well, at least in my opinion, he's not as well known as the Avengers or like Spider-Man and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for Spider-Man in Civil War because he was originally just going to have a cameo, but now everybody's saying it's going to be like a bigger role. He's going to have a huge role in that movie, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's all like up in the air. I'm like, because they're trying to cram so much into Civil War. I just hope it doesn't turn into like some sort of X-Men type movie where there's just so many characters and I don't do anything with any of them. Like, that's my only worry about Civil War, but I'm looking forward to it. And then another question which has been asked in the comments is, now we're talking about future Marvel movies, which Marvel movie are you most looking forward to watching in the next few years? So to run down what we got Civil War, we got Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and the Inhumans.
And Thor.
And Thor.
And a two-part Avenger movie.
I think, wait, they haven't cast Captain Marvel yet, have they?
No.
No, they haven't.
I'm excited for that, though.
Yeah.
Even though I haven't read any of the comics.
I would be down. Like, I'd be excited for that if they cast, oh my gosh, what's her name?
The Edge of Tomorrow?
No. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that is. Sorry. No, what's her name from Game of Thrones?
Oh, okay.
Cersei Lannister.
I don't know her name, but I know
No.
her.
And in Hunger Games. I'm totally
Oh,
spacing
the
on
one
that.
with
Natalie Dormer.
Yes,
Yeah,
if she
Natalie
was
Dormer.
Captain Marvel, I'd be so down for that movie.
Yeah.
But I think I'm excited for the next Thor because I really like the Thor franchise, and I feel like it's kind of not underrated, but like it's not as Maureen doesn't like it.
I'm kind of like, I don't really care about the Thor movies that much. I mean, like, I enjoy them and I'll see all of them, but like, I don't know, they don't do anything for me.
I liked how they tied into S.H.I.E.L.D.,
Yeah.
so that's why I liked them.
Oh, yeah.
They tie in Thor the most, it seems like.
Yeah.
Personal
So
opinion.
much cheek.
I'm curious how they're gonna do Inhumans, the film, since it's so connected to the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So that one's, I'm curious how they will do that.
They're doing a film of it? I didn't know that.
But it's coming out in 2018, I think.
Well,
that's really soon.
All
So I
I know
wonder-
is I just want Skye to be in a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just interested to see, because I mean, the further we go along in S.H.I.E.L.D., the more it's connecting to the Marvel universe, like more and more and more. So I feel like a movie at that point is probably going to be pretty logical because they have huge plans for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with how far it's going already.
Yeah.
Is Skye going to be in Civil War?
I don't
Not
think
that
so.
we know of.
No?
think
Okay.
so.
I feel like they could pull from that, though. Like, they could make even just, like, a cameo from her or, like, her group.
Well, what will probably happen is after Civil War comes out, the TV show will probably have an episode that is dealing with it. So it's like the other way around. But I would love to see her or like, well, she's the only one that I could see in a Marvel movie because Coulson and Nick Fury and stuff are already in the movies. But I would love to see Skye, maybe even like Ward. Actually, all of them I would love to see appear at least a little bit in a Marvel movie.
Oh, Ward.
Scott's like still angry.
I'm so angry.
Wait, we don't
It
want to
was
say
a good
anything.
twist, wasn't it?
Wait,
We don't want to spoil anything for people. So if you haven't seen Up to Date with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
I knew what the twist was, but I just didn't realize how he would act it.
I didn't know anything. I had not been spoiled at all, so it was just like
Yeah, me neither.
I was blindsided.
That was just the best. Like that whole like part of that first season was so good because I was watching it and I was up to date with Agents of Shield, and then I went to see Captain America: Winter Soldier open weekend, and then I went back and watched Agents of Shield right after it. I was like freaking the crap out. My sister was in the theater with me, and I was like hitting her arm, and I was like, Shannon, stop it, Agents of Shield.
How far are you now, Scott, into season 2?
I'm in like episode 7.
Okay,
So,
you're getting
Okay.
you're getting there, like with some big stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you
hopefully.
are.
I love episode 10. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. The second half of that season is like
Oh my gosh,
baby.
it's so
I love
good.
it.
Yeah, that show had the
Good.
biggest like transition from being like a really crappy pilot that they could have canceled to like being a really good developed like story and characters. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk
So
about?
Do you want to
trailers?
talk about next season, or like, do
Oh,
you
I
want
would-
to do that now, or
Sure.
I don't know.
Next season of Agents of Shield.
Yeah.
Oh,
Although
hang on,
then
we've got
Scott would be spoiled.
Yeah.
in comments on Captain Marvel. We've Broadcasting Books says that they're looking for women like the age of Emily Blunt and Charlize Theron to play the character, which probably makes sense. And then also for Inhumans, Rudy Avenue says asks for Kamala Khan in Inhumans, please. Which yes, that's or maybe not like in Inhumans, like a separate movie just for Kamala Khan. We need it. It needs to happen.
Is that Ms. Marvel?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't read
Wow.
that series yet, but I want to.
It's so. I've read the first one. It's so good.
Yeah, I know. I need to see if my library has it.
I'm like this.
Come on,
okay.
Max.
Sorry.
I haven't read it either, so I don't know.
Yeah.
You should
I
all
know
read
the
it.
name.
It's great.
So as far as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2, without getting into like spoilery stuff, it seems like, well, yeah, it's kind of hard to talk about without spoiling. I don't know much about it because I haven't read up on what's coming next.
It changed tones so much that like you can't really talk about the next season without like
Yeah.
spoiling the second
Well, I've
season.
heard like there's something huge happening in the first like 5 episodes, like huge scale thing.
Yeah, and it seems like there's going to be sort of 2 different factions, sort of. Like, it's going to split its time between 2 different parties, which I think will be interesting, but it makes me kind of sad because I like them as, like, one
Yeah.
group.
Because
But I do like the development of the new group.
I know it's
I
having
think-
a time jump, too. It's
Oh,
not
really?
starting right after the second season. I think it's starting like a few months after. Kind of thing. Like the summer after kind of thing. Like they did with season 1 and 2. They kind of jumped.
Yeah. And that's going to be, well, I think they said it's like a 6-month jump, I believe.
Okay. That's that's not too bad because that's basically like a summer season, sort of.
Okay, I think Scott can't hear us.
Okay.
On purpose, right?
So,
Yeah, on purpose.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
definitely.
Oh wait.
I'm just
Wait,
making
let's
sure Scott can't hear us.
I mean, I think he knows what happened.
I've got it back on now.
He already knows
Trevor-
what happened in this season. He's been spoiled, right?
Yeah, for what?
For season 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I know about like some things, but I
Okay,
don't.
yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
want to know the
know.
whole thing. Like,
I
Yeah,
don't-
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you don't
thing
want
was
to.
at uni, one of my flatmates watched Agents of Shield, and like she would try to convince me to watch it through telling me what happens. So that kind of affects it a little bit. But like when she said what happened in the second season, I was like, yeah, I need to watch it now. So yeah, that kind of made me watch it through being spoiled. But,
It's
Okay.
really-
Well, as long as you don't know everything,
mhm.
there's some crazy stuff that happens in the last like 3 episodes
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that really shifts the tone and like the direction of the series, which is exciting.
Yeah. I'm just ready for it to be here.
Is it September something, like 20 something?
I don't remember.
28th, I
Is it
think.
28 or 6?
Yeah.
26? One of those?
Yeah, 20s.
It just keeps getting better. It's one of those shows.
Yeah.
It's not like
Uh-huh.
Heroes where like started off really strong, and it just kind of snowballed down a hill. Agents of Shield started off.
It went like this. It just went up.
Yeah, it started off really weak, and people weren't sure if they were going to continue it. And they were like, "Well, it's going to tie in," so they've invested into it, and then it got so much better.
I think the problem with it in the beginning was it was one of those shows in the beginning where the plots were just like by episode, and then when it started to develop its own arc that like wasn't just let's solve this mystery each week, like it got more, you got more in depth with the characters, and like it started to connect to the movies that were coming out, and it just got a lot better. And now the series has like a whole arc, not just like each week is a solving another like mystery that they have, so that it was kind of like it needed to start that way just to set up everything and introduce all the characters, but
they like made it go on too long, I think.
Yeah.
They like made that part go on too long where they were just solving week by week.
Yeah. It was like almost the first half of the first season, and then after that it started to like really develop.
If it was like 5 episodes shorter, I think it would have been awesome. But then like a lot of the things that like were brought in like the boring episodes actually I think become important, like the gravitonium thing. Like I didn't love the episode, but it's going to be important, isn't it? So
I think that's how like DC shows kind of do it right. I'm not gonna like spoil, but they definitely just like start the arc a little bit earlier and don't
Good.
I mean, they do have some of that like week by week, but they definitely have like an arc.
All I'll say is the last 30 seconds of season 2 of S.H.I.E.L.D. was like,
oh my god.
Like what? Well, because then they played off like I thought the season was over, and then
Bam.
It was like a post-credit scene. Like that was
so, but it was like vital. Like this isn't just a post-credit scene that's like fun. It's like,
yeah.
I just like sat there and was like, what just happened?
You're just gonna get a lot of feels. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
A lot of feels, and that's what sets up for some things next season.
Very interesting.
I'm so interested to see how things come around. Just like hearing some of the stuff the cast has said from Comic-Con, I'm like, yes.
Yeah. I just can't get over how much Skye changed for me, because the first episode I was like, this is like that cliche character that thinks she can do something that like she can't, but then like her development is just crazy.
Yeah.
And also, the first episode made me think that like Mike Peterson was going to be like the main character of the show. They kind of set it up to be that way, and then it's like it just turns around like completely to a totally different like story, which is I appreciate it.
Deathstroke, right? Is that him or no?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
Mike Peterson.
The guy that looks like Cyborg.
Yeah.
Deathlock.
Deathlock. Yeah, that's what it is.
Deathstroke is in Arrow.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not confusing at all.
But I'm just, I'm glad that like Marvel shows have kind of found their ground, because for a while DC was hardcore beating them out. Like they had Arrow, which was Agents of Shield, and it was like not a competition at all, because Arrow was doing so much better. But now they've kind of like found their rhythm and how they're doing shows, and so it's like getting a lot better.
But I think Arrow had the same thing. With season 1, it was really rocky. Like I didn't even want to touch that show season 1. But then I started hearing season 2. Then I started like, okay, I'm gonna watch season 1 and see.
I love season 1. I was like, hey.
Like the beginning of season 1, like it's the same thing. It's like the same thing with Agents of Shield. It started rocky for like the first half, and then it got its footing like in the second half. That's what usually all the shows, like all the superhero shows, that's how I feel they have, with the exception of The Flash kind of thing.
The first season of Arrow was just a really big shock for me, because I had watched Smallville before then, where the Green Arrow is a character, but he's like the silly kind of fun character, while this one was like dark death.
That's one reason why I didn't want to watch The Arrow, because I used to watch Smallville and I was so invested in those characters. So like how they made all dark, it's like, oh, they're going to the DC route, like Dark Knight route, get everything dark and kind of formula. So I was kind of in the fence with it.
And then The Flash happened.
Yeah, and then The Flash, and now we're getting Supergirl, which Yeah,
I still
Supergirl.
think that Marvel might need a bigger budget in its TV shows. Not in
Yeah.
its Netflix shows, but in its like cable TV or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I just think that sometimes it's really blatantly like low budget.
Yeah.
I just remember Agent Carter. One time they were like going through a winter scene, and the trees were just like sprayed
Oh.
with this really
Oh.
gross
They're in
like
Russia.
fake snow. Yep.
Yeah, that whole thing was like you're obviously on a set, like a stage for the winter scene.
But that storyline was so cool.
Yeah,
Sorry.
they did. Season 1 of Agent Carter was a really good like kind of mini series.
Yeah.
Don't spoil anything for me.
We
I still
won't.
haven't.
Me neither.
There isn't a
I'm
ton to
like 3
spoil like
episodes in, and it's so
outside.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like binge watched that one. It was just like I just love Peggy Carter as a character.
Me too.
Like she makes that series obviously, but like
Also, just Haley Atwell.
yeah.
Just praise
Yeah.
list.
That's why I was so excited when I saw Ant-Man because she pops up for like 2 minutes and I was just like, I recognize her. It was just fun.
She has like one line.
I heard she's making an appearance in Civil War.
Spoilers. I'm not gonna say anything. I think I read on it.
I just heard, I think I saw her tweeting a picture of her and said she said on set. So I don't know if that means she's in it or if she was just visiting them.
I know she's been on set. I haven't
Yeah.
been like, but like we basically got no idea. We just know like all the actors are
Yeah.
there, but we don't know what's happening. So,
Mm-hmm.
which is great because it's better than like other movies where they like tell us exactly what's happening through
Yeah.
their tweets. So
Well, even if you look on like the IMDb page for like Ant-Man, they kept off some people that showed up in it.
They kind
where's
of
that Suicide Squad?
posted something of it, but it's a major spoiler, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
don't.
yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. Let's move on.
So
Should we
season
talk
2
about? Oh,
we can talk about season 2 of Agent Carter without spoiling anything.
yeah.
Like
I
I
would
think
say
it's
they
moving
lost
to Los
access.
Angeles, Hollywood, right? That'll be really cool.
That's gonna be very different, but I think it'll be good. Yeah.
Like 50s Hollywood will be really fun.
Yeah, and the villain is gonna be Madame Mask.
Yeah.
Who like
I don't know.
who's like one of the more obscure ones. She's like an Iron Man villain, but
Oh.
she's like if you read Hawkeye, then
Yeah.
you'll know her as like Kate Bishop's villain. So
You guys need
she's
to
pretty
read
great
Hawkeye.
in that comic.
Yeah.
Cool. Do they have it cast already? Like, do we know who's playing?
No, none yet.
Okay.
It was only announced like 2 days ago. So
Yeah. But
Well-
it's a mid-season show, right? So it'll come on in January?
Yeah, around there.
Is it still gonna be a short season?
I think so.
Awesome. Yes.
I kind of like that.
Me too.
Because they don't have to do all those filler episodes to make the season like longer, so I think they're gonna be more focused on the storyline, on
Yeah.
the arc of the storyline.
Yeah, they gave her a really good, like, complete kind of arc, but it still left you with wanting more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Just because
it's
she.
like-
That's pretty much why. You just want Agent Carter all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming that's the feeling.
Yeah. I think that show kind of had like you were saying, like it's kind of cheesy at times. Like, even the line, like, sometimes I felt like I knew exactly what the dialogue was going to be between, like, her and, what's the waitress's name? Oh, I forget. Whatever, and Jarvis. Like, it's just kind of, like, cliche, but it's so fun and, like, well done that I don't even mind.
Yeah.
Also,
Howard Stark is really funny.
Yeah, I like his character. But the weird thing was when they changed actors again in Ant-Man for Howard Stark.
Oh,
You
Yeah.
guys remember
Yeah.
that? They like brought back
Oh,
the
yeah.
guy that played him in Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
they don't look alike at all, so
No.
it just, I don't know.
No,
They
yeah.
should just stick to one.
Well, I bet if they had already cast, well, yeah, they didn't have, like, Agent Carter as an idea when Iron Man was coming out. So,
Yeah.
and it's hard to reverse someone to be younger for a whole show versus to make someone look older. So, yeah, it was a kind of like, I was kind of confused. I was like, wait, is that supposed to be the same Howard? But
Yeah.
it works, I guess. It's
Yeah.
not ideal.
If you just accept it, then it's fine.
Yeah, but it was cool to see her, like, it was the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shall we move on and talk about some trailers?
Yeah.
So Deadpool?
I think I'm going to have dissenting opinions for all of these.
Oh, I loved it so much.
I thought it was hilarious. It was. I haven't read much of the comic. I haven't read the comic book, so I don't. I know it's set in the '90s, so it has that '90s feel. So I thought it was brilliant. I don't know. I liked it a lot. It was
Should we go
hilarious.
for it one at a time?
Um.
Like melodies, should
Yeah.
like so we're not talking over at each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lead the way. Lead the way, Scott.
Okay. So I thought it was all right. I thought it was like exactly what I expected from the trailer. Like there was nothing that I thought that like shocked me. It was just like, yeah, it's a character who's gonna make like immature jokes and like not immature jokes, but like there wasn't like much more like wit in it. I don't know. I felt like it looked like it was trying to be like, look at us, we're a superhero movie that's so R-rated and we're gonna be really funny, but like it kind of wasn't for me personally, and I don't know whether or not it's just not going to be my kind of movie. But I think I need to see more of the movie, or just like go watch it and not really analyze it too much yet.
Yeah.
It's like the trailer didn't do anything for me personally.
I don't think that's my kind of humor personally. So I just thought like, and it was extremely. I think I saw the Red Band one. It was extremely violent. Like they don't even like shy away from just showing you him like shooting people in the head, and I was like not expecting that whatsoever.
When the bullet went through his arm.
Oh my gosh.
So cool!
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it was because I had zero expectations going into it, not knowing anything really about it or what it was going to be like, and then I was just like kind of like shocked by it. We'll see what it proves to be like.
It gave me so many Kick-Ass feels, like, because it's kind of in the same genre, and I loved Kick-Ass. Not so much the second one, but the first one was just really good. So I thought, I don't know, I think I'm gonna love it. I like that kind of humor, I guess.
Yeah. I think if they can like go above just like throwing a dick joke into every line, then it'll be great. But that's kind of going to be the judge of it. What did Maureen say? What she thought?
Oh, I didn't say. I don't know. Does anybody else want to go?
Oh, well, I think I liked it a lot too because I actually saw it at Comic-Con, and with everybody around, it kind of like puffed up like that feeling like yes, Deadpool. It was really it was cool. So that's one reason I really liked it too.
Okay, I can go. I'm kind of in the same boat as Scott and Max, and I don't know. I don't know what it is about it. I have like so many feelings. I'm very skeptical, and I think that's mostly like I'll probably still see it, but I'm going in with like really low expectations. And the shade thrown in the trailer made me love it a little bit more because I was like, the shade! But I'm just not sure. Like, Ryan Reynolds did a really good job in the trailer, but he's only really ever done, like, goody two-shoes comedy. He's never done, like, really dark comedy like that. So I'm, like, a little bit skeptical of him, too. And Green Lantern was mostly the writing, so whatever about Green Lantern, it was terrible. But I'm just like, oh, shit. I don't know, and it might just be not my type of humor as well, but I'll probably still see it. Just going in with low expectations. I talked to my friend at work about it, and Deadpool's his like favorite of all time, and he was like, I'm just so excited. So it made me a little bit more excited because he was making me excited, but I was like,
Yeah. But like, I don't feel like the trailer told us any story at all.
No.
Like, I don't feel like it needed to. Like, all the first trailers of movies that come out like tend to tease more, but this was just like all about the tone of the movie, and I just wasn't like what's happening. Like, it showed Colossus in it, and this is freaking Colossus, and you're just like having one small cameo. And like the X-Men are going to be in it, but you're just like not showing anything. And no, I wish there was a little bit more. Wish there was in the San Diego Comic-Con trailer, but I don't know. I'm waiting for a second trailer, I think.
I think what they wanted to do with this trailer was show the tone, because so many of those movies beforehand, how Deadpool showed up in X-Men Origins and he was horrible, they just wanted to show that they were like kind of giving him the sense of humor that he has in the comics.
Yeah.
Like, they kind of failed at it before and they wanted to prove themselves. That's what I think. Should we talk about like the DC trailers?
Yeah.
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 Did you guys see them?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen all of them. I meant to watch them, and then I started watching The Flash, and so I did.
The Flash is so good. But
Yeah.
I really liked the Suicide Squad trailer.
Um,
Did you not?
You guys can talk about it.
I'm a fan.
Should we go one at a time again?
Yeah.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
You can. It's fine.
This is another one where I'm like not so sure about it though. Like it could be awesome, but the trailer didn't make me too enthusiastic about it. I think but the one thing is with all the releases beforehand of like the pictures of the cast and the picture of the Joker, like I went into watching that trailer with such low expectations that like I got really excited about it at the time. But like I think I think it's going to be really good, but it's not what I wanted it to be, which is kind of the problem. Because I wanted it to be more like Guardians of the Galaxy, kick-ass, like craziness, but it looks like it's going to be taking itself really seriously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The whole DCU is like taking itself seriously, which I guess is okay, but
I feel like they're trying to replicate the Batman movies because the Batman movies are so serious, but they were so well done. So they're trying to like replicate that and make that their style. And like because they don't have Christopher Nolan, it's not really working. Obviously, we saw Man of Steel. It just didn't
let's
really
not talk about that one.
It's not working like they think it's going to, but it's like they're still plowing forward with it, and they're like, no, we're going to do this, no matter what anybody says.
I think that they should stick to TV shows.
Yeah. I think that's
really
point.
Those are top notch.
Yeah, I knew nothing about Suicide Squad personally. Like I said, I'm not really like knowledgeable, but the trailer just looked really like it looks interesting, and after reading up more on it, like it looks cool, but it was just so dark. Like it was just really, I don't know. I'm not a huge dark like superhero kind of movie. Like I like the Dark Knight series and stuff, but that's why I love Marvels because they are like there's a lot of like violence and stuff, but it's not like overly violent, and they add in a lot of good humor, and this just looks like really like sinister. Which if that's your thing, like it looks like it'll be well produced, but I don't know. And also looks like they just threw in every famous person that they could get in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like I'm not really looking forward to it after seeing that trailer in a way. I get what they're trying to do because they are villains.
Yeah.
And it's like it makes sense that this one out of all the other DC movies will be dark because of that fact. But at the same time, I felt like it was being too like that trailer one. I felt that it was being forced.
Like the music was weird.
Yeah, that they were trying too hard to.
It was like trying to be artsy almost.
Yeah.
With the Harley Quinn thing.
Yeah.
It was
Her
weird.
like doing weird gymnastics or stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, and the whole like eerie music was just like I don't know. It felt like an art house film that happens to have like super villains.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see this trailer after hearing everybody talk about it.
You should watch it. Yeah.
But what do you think about Jared Leto's Joker and the first thing that we had of him?
He creeped me out.
It
really
looks
creeped me out.
His voice is nice. I don't like the presence, like his.
So is that before he gets actually like cut up or whatever? Because it didn't
get cut up.
I think they're trying to make it more similar to the current run of the Joker in the comic books because he doesn't look that.
So he never goes through a transformation, like it's just a character in this one?
It depends, because like you don't one of the things about the Joker is like we don't know what his origin is. So
it's
like
up in the air.
Or he has no origin, right?
Yeah, but that's like part of the point of the character. So like sometimes it's him like falling into a vat of acid and going crazy. Like in the Nolan movies, you know, he gives like multiple explanations, but like the point is that this is just a guy who is insane and wants to play with a Batman.
Who do you think he's torturing? Do you think it's Harley, or do you think it's... Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's Harley.
Because I've read some other stuff. I like got really excited about the trailer, and like some people were saying it was going to be like, maybe this is a spoiler, but Robin.
Yeah, that was a big like. There are lots of theories up in the air right now about what's happening with the Robin, because in the Batman vs Superman trailer we see the suit of the Robin, of the Jason. Well, we see a Robin suit with Joker graffiti on it. So, but that's something that we're going to find out over time, and I think that us theorizing about it is kind of only just making us all like make up loads of rubbish. So a lot of the theories that are out and about right now are just like people making like not like just trying too hard. I think like we don't know yet, and just let them tell the story. I think.
Yeah.
What
other trailers have been released recently?
The Batman versus Superman one.
I didn't see that one.
It was so like sad and like creepy and.
I just don't like the new Supermans. They're so dark. Not like.
The one thing I did like was that Superman's like going on trial for all the destruction that he did, which is kind of like playing off the fans being like, you just destroyed a whole city in the movie. So I liked that part, how like he kind of has to answer for that, because I was not happy with that first movie. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I think it's just like I don't know how I feel about it, because it's kind of hard because it's Batman and Superman. The Batman trilogy, I don't know if DC is ever going to live up to the Batman trilogy. Like, they may do something amazing, but right now they're not. And then you've got Superman, which Man of Steel was just not what everyone thought it was going to be, and it wasn't as good. So you've got the combination of those two things already working against the movie. Like, the really good Batman trilogy that we have, so it's a different Batman, and then the first Man of Steel movie not being amazing. So it's like, already, I'm just going in with really low expectations. Like, I'll still see it, and I'm interested to see how Ben Affleck plays Batman.
Yeah.
A Batman going to Superman, but I also kind of like, it's
the thing.
Sorry. Like, I would just say, like, with Civil War, we've got superheroes fighting each other, but there's a lot of build-up that's happening with that, and Batman versus Superman is just, like, coming here, like, let's fight, let's do this thing.
Going backwards.
Yeah.
I think DC is just trying to catch up to Marvel, and they're doing it in a weird way where they're not giving us any origin stories, which is maybe a good thing because we're not getting repetitive, but also, like, we're kind of lost if you don't read the comics or anything.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I can't wait. I watched, because the same with like Suicide Squad, and I had such low expectations for Batman vs Superman, and the trailer just like blew me away. I watched it 5 times in one go, and I thought there was only like one thing that I didn't like in the trailer, and that's the Lex Luthor, and but then it's like a role that he's in for in the long run, so I guess we're gonna see him over like 3 or 4 movies, grow into that role and become terrifying. But that's literally the only problem I have with it. Yeah.
I just don't like him as Lex Luthor. I think Lex Luthor should be some like really scary burly guy, not like a weird kind of maniac. I don't know.
Yeah. But have you seen his bald picture? Like the picture of him bald, because it looks like he could be a maniac in that picture. So.
True. I don't know what they're gonna do with it, but
who knows? I just think Judge was a really interesting choice for that. I'm with you. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
It's a different choice. It's a very different choice, and it could go really well or really badly. Well,
he's a good actor. Like, it's just a new kind of role for him. But I'm interested because he's a really good actor on his own.
He is, but I don't know about him in that.
Yeah, that's why I'm skeptical. But I think if he can get into the character, he'll do a really good job at it.
I'm kind of excited for Wonder Woman to be in it. I just don't know how much they're going to give her, like how much screen time. Which is sad, because she's a cool character. Amazonian.
Once again, the females in the superhero universes don't get Pay attention.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, it still shocks me that they don't have. Well, they do have them coming, but it's taken like 10 years to get to a female lead.
Is Wonder Woman 2017 as well? So that'll be I think that's filming really, really soon. So,
Maybe.
like, that's happening. I think Wonder Woman's happening like straight after Batman vs Superman, but it's going to be before the first Batman movie. So,
It's 2017.
yeah, I just hope they like really do it right, and they just like don't let her be like a side movie. So,
yeah, like it's not vital to the story. Yeah.
Like, she can't be the Four in like the DC Trinity. Like, they can't have Batman and Superman have great movies, and you know Superman hasn't had great movies. But they can't put so much money and effort into like making great Batman and Superman movies that they have to get Wonder Woman right. Because if they do, then they're like the internet's favorite person, and they'll just make loads and loads of money from having a good Wonder Woman movie. So, which is obviously what they want to do, but you know, I just hope they do it right.
They don't want the Fantastic Four fiasco.
Yeah.
I just opened the window to look at Marvel things, and some sort of trailer started playing like really loud in my ears.
Oh.
It like really frightened me. But going back to a really old question, I was looking at Doctor Strange things, and that looks really good. We know not very much about it, but Benedict Cumberbatch as a super.
He's like magic, right?
Yeah.
That's like his whole thing. Okay, I don't know how they're gonna like introduce magic to the very sci-fi world. I mean, they have Thor, but he's still like technically.
He's like he's like mythological.
Yeah.
It's because he comes from a different universe. I don't know Doctor Strange at all, other than that. So
I'm excited for Benedict Cumberbatch. I think it's a great casting.
Yeah. They're just like bringing everybody into all these universes. Yeah. Let's bring every single famous person we possibly can and make them a superhero.
Does Doctor Strange come from a different like universe into Earth or like onto Earth? No, he's a human.
Yeah.
Do you? But he's like a surgeon who loses the control of his hands, but he's like arrogant and everything. So he goes into like this ancient school to try and learn how to fix his hands, and becomes the best sorcerer on Earth. So, like, it's going to be dark, and the guy who's directing it is like a horror movie director. Ooh. So, like, it could be different, and I think that's what Marvel needs.
Yeah. But I think Benedict as it will still bring some sort of like humor, or like the delivery will be really like. He plays arrogant like Sherlock really well, so.
Yeah. How did you like him in the Star Trek? Did anybody see that?
What about Star Trek?
Him and Benedict Cumberbatch in Star Trek.
Darkness.
I'm not an original Star Trek fan, so I don't really have to say that.
No.
He was okay in it. I was okay.
I haven't seen it.
I thought he was kind of weird, but I mean, I only saw that movie like one time.
Yeah.
What else did we have to talk about?
Is there anything else?
I think that we've covered a lot.
Yeah.
I
think we covered everything.
We should just all go see Fantastic Four and then come back and do like a rant.
Yes.
Chat.
I kind of want to do that.
Yeah.
You guys
Although I don't want to spend money on that.
Just do just a whole live show that's just a Fantastic Four rant.
If anyone has seen Fantastic Four who's watching this, please like comment and tell us whether or not we should actually bother. Like.
Or wait, yeah.
I've got my theater has like a $5 movie night on Tuesdays. I might go then.
Yeah, same.
Everyone else has that. I don't have that.
I've told like a couple people this, but like our theaters are in a bidding war right now. I don't know what it is, but it's like one of them lowered their prices, and so another one lowered their prices. So the matinees at these two theaters are $4.50, and then the night prices are $7.50.
That's really low.
Oh my gosh.
Compared to LA
one of them. So it's like, okay. And so I went to see the Mission Impossible, and it was a Tuesday night, so it was $4.50 instead of $5 because they lowered that as well, since that's their like price. And then in IMAX, it was $8.50 a ticket, and I was like, okay.
IMAX here is like almost $20. It seems like.
Yeah. Like
Mine's like 15 or 12. It's not
It's
that
so
bad.
crazy.
Everybody come visit me. You can come to cheap movies. And one of them that's $4.50 for matinees has leather reclining seats in all their theaters. Hey,
That sounds
so
awesome.
good.
Okay,
So
so
we're
we're gonna
doing
try,
like one last question.
yeah, so we're
Yeah.
gonna try. Should we like do one? We're gonna try wrap this up in the last like in the next 5-10 minutes. So if anyone has any other questions you want us to answer this time, then please post them like as soon as possible. We'll try to go through them as like pretty quickly. But yeah, we'll just the last question that we've just been asked is, how do you feel about Hugh Jackman stepping down as Wolverine? So we haven't talked about the X-Men much at all so far. Well, we haven't actually. So we got Hugh Jackman's got his last Wolverine movie in a couple of years, and yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like indifferent now towards Wolverine.
I'm
I
not
know,
really.
I know I should care, but I don't that much.
I only care about him in like the X-Men movies. I don't like his solo ones.
Yeah. He's
I'm
been
not-
doing it forever.
Like over 10 years now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
X-Men
Yeah.
1 was like 2001, I think. 2001,
Oh,
2002.
okay.
So it's
Wow.
basically like coming up to 2 decades by the time he's stepped down.
I've never seen anything X-Men related.
And we have a movie night.
I don't know why I'm in this group, I swear.
Oh.
It just
You
never
love
was
it.
on my radar. But I think I'll try it.
We watched the X-Men First Class. That one's a good starting out one, maybe.
Yeah, I need to like get the lowdown on where to go with that because I just
Yeah, just watch First Class, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
Because then, yeah.
That's
Because
kind
of-
of like their reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It changes everything.
I mean, it's kind of sad to see Hugh Jackman stepping down because it's like the end of an era, but it's like, it's time. Like, I totally understand with him stepping down. He's been doing it forever. It's not like Spider-Man where we're having like three different Spider-Man in the course of like 15 years. This is Hugh Jackman playing the same character for 20 years.
And like considering his character is not supposed to age, he's aged a lot.
Old Man Logan. Old Man Logan.
Oh, man, Logan.
Yeah.
If you compare him in the first movie to him in the most recent movie, it's like
Yeah.
really noticeable.
But like considering it's been 15 years, like
Oh yeah,
I
he
would have been
looks
like
great
5
at
years
that
old
age.
when the first one came out. So I remember when the second one came out, and I was like really, really young. So
But I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised if he continues, if he's been hinting a lot of Old Man Logan into like recent like interviews, which
Is
is
that a comic book?
yeah, it's like an alternative storyline when he's like much older, and that storyline it's really, really like dark.
gruesome.
Yeah, gruesome. Yeah.
I just hope they like, because he's got one more movie as Wolverine. I just hope they give him like a script and the movie that he deserves. Because
Yeah.
like he's been doing this for 20 years, and the 2 Wolverine movies that have come out, like the first one was awful, but the second one just wasn't great. But like he deserves it. It's been 20 years. It's basically been 20 years. So just give him a good movie, please.
Yeah.
Like, because he can't have his last movie be another fail or like another
Does he
flop.
have his claws back, his adamantium? Because he didn't have it like in the last movie. You know what I mean?
I didn't watch the second Wolverine movie. I didn't watch it.
They like completely retconned the whole thing. I think like in Days of Future Past, he had the metal claws. So
Oh yeah, but that's because he went
future
back in time.
segments. So I don't know. I think they're just going to completely ditch that because they like reset the whole universe in Days of Future Past, didn't they?
Yeah.
So
They did that.
yeah.
Hmm.
But is that
Alright,
everything?
do
Do you have any more
more
questions?
I think that's it.
Okay. What do you think about Channing Tatum playing Gambit? Is there anyone got any opinions on that?
Wait, who's Gambit? Sorry.
I don't know what
The
that is.
guy with the cards that go on fire.
What?
The guy that has the cards.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
You should all watch the animated series.
Yeah.
I haven't really thought
Okay.
about it, but that's kind of like a wiry, nerdy rather than Channing Tatum, of all people.
I missed
But
it.
oh, I might be going further then. Dang it.
Yeah, I'm like indifferent towards that as well. Like once we actually see set pictures and all that sort of thing, and like a trailer, then I'll start to have an opinion. But until then, like I'm trying to keep my mind open about Gambit. But I just don't really see why they're making a movie about him. Yeah. Anything else?
I think we're good.
I think that's it.
Yeah. I haven't seen Assault on Arkham. I really need to, but I'm guessing no one else has. So yeah, is that it?
Mhm.
Cool.
Awesome.
So,
Next
thank you.
Q&A.
What?
Does anyone want to do thanking people?
Thank you for watching. This has been our pilot of BookTube Heroes.
Yeah.
We are really excited to start this channel, and we hope you liked this.
Yeah. If you in like September time, we'll try and do more. Like we'll in the future we're going to be making more live shows and stuff whenever more of the TV shows and stuff comes out. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Is that it? Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.